Hello, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what this week is looking like for you all. Let's go. Okay. Let's pull a card. We're getting closer and closer to the full moon, right? So getting closer to the full moon. So set your intentions. What do you want your intentions to be for this particular cycle, right? The full moon is the most celebrated of the phases within the cycle, right? What do you want your... We're going to have a full moon in Leo. It's a snow moon, right? And so the theme around when the moon moves to Leo is allowing your vulnerability to be your strength, right? So going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated, right? So the veil has been ripped off or pulled off or snatched off or whatever from this last full moon that we have. Once you start discovering things about yourself and you start believing in your dreams and looking for the support that you want around you, you know, the people that you thought you were going to be there, some of the people that you thought were going to be there are definitely going to be there for you. They like supporting your dreams. And then other people around you just like, I'm not really sure. So you discover some things about yourself, and just as you are continuing to grow. And so you're going where you are appreciated, not where you're tolerated. We have almost 9 billion people on the planet. So you're going where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. Let's go. All the answers I need are inside of me. There you go. All of them. Not some of them, but all of them. All. Let's get a number. Let's get a number. That's right. So all of the answers I need are inside of me, which is good. Yep. Yeah, because you discover what your moon sign is. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Your moon sign is your personal intelligence, the intellect. Its light is supplied by the sun, and that's a symbol of spiritual intelligence, right? So we know that the sun illuminates the moon, it illuminates your feelings, emotions, moods, subconscious habits, those kind of things. So once something is brought to light, I mean, just kind of sort of in lay terms, but once something is brought to light, then you not only know your feelings about it, whether your initial feelings of fear, doubt, uncertainty, confusion, whatever, but you also know the people around you's feelings about it, right? So you start saying, you know what, I believe I can open up a bakery. Let's say, for instance, if that's your thing. I had dreamed that I was standing in a bakery. I saw my name on top of on the sign, storefront, brick and mortar. I saw my name up there, and the line was wrapped around the corner. Maybe you had a dream about that, right? So, of course, internally, you may be felt with, okay, I don't know the first thing about running a bakery. You know, I mean, I like cupcakes and donuts, but running a bakery, like, where? Where's you going to get the money from, right? It be met with that. But also, it's going to let you know who the people around you, you know, their feelings about things as well. It's going to uncover their feelings about things as well. But communicate, 611. Speak your heart. Say what you need to say. Your angels are encouraging you to communicate your wants, needs, and thoughts to the people around you who love you. So think of a change that could make a relationship in your life stronger. So tell the person you love about it in a way that they can hear, right? They can hear, right? Communicate. There's many different forms of communication: by text, email, a look, a hug, you know, many different forms. You can look it up online, many different ways of communicating, but you're speaking your heart, right? So all the answers are inside of you. And so you're basically letting people know, you know, their value, you know, in your life. Like I said, we're going to have a full moon in Leo. You're allowing your vulnerability to be your strength, but you're also going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated, because those are going to be the very people, Sagittarius, that when you start dreaming bigger and wanting to do things, they're going to be the ones right there that's going to say, you know what, they support your dreams as much as they can. You need them to fold up papers, to put out flyers, or draft up something, you know, on an app that's going to help market your business on social media. They're right there. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your card. So yeah, all the answers that I need are inside of me. You know exactly who's going to be there for you when you really need them the most. Just in general, they're going to be there. They believe in you. They believe you. They believe in you. So talking to you wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. So yeah, you definitely want to value the energies that, you know, appreciate you They have been highlighted. They've shown you time and time again. They're right there with you when you need support. So communicate that appreciation. Let's go. First card out of the deck, Page of Swords. Somebody right now may need you to feel that too. They may need, somebody younger may need you to, they need that in common. There's two sides of the sword. Somebody may really need you to communicate and speak your heart to them. Yeah, because something runs real deep. I feel like somebody's been bullied, you know, for so long. They just kind of sort of feel like they just need you to speak your heart to them, right? So, yeah, for a second. Okay, so yeah, so I see your money growing as a result of something, because whatever anxiety you may have been feeling about something, I feel like Source really wants you to, you know, I know you're a mutable sign, but Source wants somebody to really communicate. It looks like somebody's a bit of a open book, right? And you know, you have a lot of ideas. Looking at your card, this is a Page of Swords here. You have a lot of ideas about a lot of things, and that can, you know, really grow your money. And so Source is saying, yeah, you wanna communicate those things, because well, let me just be clear. You want to communicate those things to people who have shown you, they have a pattern of behavior of showing you they want to support you, right? They may not have money to invest, but they have ideas. Like, oh, okay, you know, I can help you do this, I can help you do that. Yep. So you're breaking, excuse me, you're breaking karmic cycles with people who keep you in a state of confusion. You're breaking those karmic cycles. You're raising your frequency. You're going straight to clarity. So we're talking about you're connecting with people who know how to use their fire to inspire, to offer clarity. You feel motivated being around them. You actually get excited about being around people who you feel like, okay, they may not have all the answers, but if they can connect you, you know, with people who can help you on your journey, then that's exactly where, yeah, that's exactly where I see you connecting with, and that's helping you to break a karmic cycle and not be confused, where you feel like, okay, you have at least big dreams, but you're around people who almost make you feel delusional for having big dreams. This is the Hangman here. So you made a lot of sacrifices already. You need to be around people that's going to help you get to where you're trying to get to. I see somebody having a clothing line too. There's something about you're trying to create something where you've almost been feeling like, okay, you're kind of like between worlds almost. And you feel, and a lot of it has to do with you still being somewhat connected to karmics. Those are the naysayers, I would have done it this way. Why you want to do, you know, the ones that just, you tell them your ideas, they only have a problem, but they're not offering any solutions. None at all. Just more confusion. Just in the way that they communicate. So yeah, I see some things changing. I see some things changing for you. So yeah, so when you look back, you're not trying to get into arguments with people, or people saying you got a smart mouth, you're argumentative, like you don't have time for all of that. So when you look back and things that you've moved on from some things, that was one of them, right? Here's the Queen of Earth. Queen of Earth. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, right? Not Queen of Earth, right? But Queen of Pentacles, right? So, I definitely feel like looking at your cards here, where we have this you've dealt with people who are really not down to earth and relatable. They can't relate to anybody who dreams big, you know, and it runs deep. They're just kind of stuck there, like they just stuck. That's how they're built, you know. That's how they're structured, you know. It's hard for them to open up to new ideas. It's just really, really difficult. I feel like we've been doing it this way for this long. That's the way, you know, we've always done it. That's the way it's always going to be, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you're speaking your heart. You're speaking your heart. So, especially when you're around people who don't believe people, who believe people are lying, you know, whatever the case may be. Just like when you talk about your dreams. When you know that people are down to earth and relatable, and they're not, the other people are saying, oh, they're not down to earth, we can't relate to them, we can't relate to, that's where you're just like, you know what, deuces, I'm out, I won't be back. You're stuck in a particular belief system, you know that you're familiar with something is a lie. You're like, okay, that's you good. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I'm seeing for you. So that would be equivalent. Let's use the bakery, for example. Let's say, for instance, you're saying, you know, well, you're having these ideas, and this Page of Swords there, you got all of these great ideas. You want to open a bakery, right? And of course, you're in receiving mode. So that's where you're kind of sort of quiet. Like you're getting all these ideas. You're like, okay. You start telling a couple of people, you know, and then they get into this. Why would you want to do something like that? Right? But somebody wasn't catching it at first of why they were doing it, right? Making you go through a mental, like I said, playing a game of chess in your mind, you know, trying to get you to an argument because they want to hear how you're structuring your thoughts. You haven't even had a chance to even process this dream you have bigger. They just want to get into an argument with you. Why would you want to do something like that? But something runs deep for them. They're trying to grow their money, but they want to hear what your argument is around it, but persuasive argument. Well, I thought it was because I could do this. I could, in their mind, they taking notes, and then turn around and tell people you're not down to earth and you're not relatable. But then they hurry up and quickly go produce something, and then say you copied something from them and that you lied, and now they upset, fake mad, run out. You know, so Source is saying all the answers that you need are inside of you. You don't want to be around energies who do that to other people because that's not who you are. Right? So, yeah, you're communicating something. Yeah. Somebody has been in between. People have been just telling all kinds of lies. Yeah, getting all kinds of mixed signals and messages and a bunch of confusion. So that's what you'll be communicating. Right? Quickly. So you're staying focused so that you can get some rest. Somebody has been causing a younger person feeling like they walking on eggshells because they're between people who have just been talking a lot of lies around them about something that you don't want to be a part of. So you're staying focused so that you can get some rest because something runs real deep. Yeah, something runs really deep. Like meaning, like somebody's really, really trying to find their purpose. They're trying to find their start. So they're working extra hard. They're hearing a bunch of lies around stuff. And you're just like, okay, this energy is working extra hard, you know, on something. But it's like they're just spinning their wheels. You know it's not going to produce a whole lot of anything. They're working real hard on something. And it's really not going to produce a whole lot of anything. And they're trying to stay focused, you know, and energies around them are intentionally trying to get into arguments. That's what you have in common with someone. So that's why you want to, and if what I'm saying here is you're collaborating, your mindset is changing to collaboration versus competing, comparing, judging, like you've been around those types of energies. It doesn't produce a whole lot of growth there. So that's what you have in common with someone. Dreaming bigger. So you're learning how to create very firm boundaries and enforce those boundaries. It's the World card because you've been there before. You've already been there before, so that's why you're creating boundaries. People talking about people behind their backs, assassinating people's characters, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know. So here we have, this is 4 and then 7. 4 and 7 is 11. So you're kind of getting off the fence and initiating a conversation. That's how your money is going to grow because now you don't have that. That's not sitting in your mind, taking up space. You are the one that's initiating a conversation. So this could be somebody's grandkids or somebody's kids that you're talking to, and you're staying focused when you're telling them you're not, and it's a sacred conversation you're going to have with somebody. You're not, you are basically telling people to go where they're appreciated and not where they're tolerated, not where people are hovering over them, like stealing their ideas. Because you can relate to it. It's something that you can relate to because you're the one that's down to earth and relatable. And just being around energies, you don't want to be around them. You don't want to be around their spirit. So it's some kind of communication you have coming in. of the sacrifices that you've made, you know, in the past, where you may feel like you have been pulled in two different directions. Right, so here we have, yeah, karmics. Yeah, karmic relationship. Mm-hmm. Somebody's trying to keep some people tied together as far as money is concerned, like keeping two people tied together as far as money is concerned. So I feel like you're going to have a conversation with somebody who, you know, who may have um, like I said, found their star, meaning their purpose. And again, this is what you have in common. And you're going where you're appreciated, now where you're tolerated. So it's almost like parallel universes with you and somebody. See these two swords right here? It's like parallel universes for you and somebody. So bakery, let's go back to that. So you have an idea, bakery, somebody's trying to argue with you about the bakery because they're really trying to get information from you. That's a form of dark magic spell work, arguing, right? Because you're giving somebody a piece of your peace. You were at peace about something, but you're giving them a piece of your mind, right? So that's a part of that. Because something runs deep for them as far as their, you know, seeds have been planted about you. Seeds have already been planted about you. They know that you're very smart, but they also know that if you argue with them and they say, oh, you really hurt my feelings and so on and so forth, you may lose focus and start telling everything that you were working on. Source is just trying to help you to, you know, see something you're not going back to. Seeing something that you're not going back to as you're breaking these karmic cycles with these two energies here. These two energies here. Right. That's waking up from a nightmare. Waking up from a nightmare. You're ending a nightmare with these two energies. And there's two sides. So it's you and somebody, you know, like I said before, it's energies right here. Have the whole, you and somebody have the whole world in front of you. But again, you're letting somebody know that you're not talking to some energies and you know, right, because they're just like stuck in between, you know, lies about you. That's what you and somebody have in common. So yeah, looks like you're traveling. I see somebody taking some more trips. I see somebody, your motivation has changed. Your definitely motivation has changed. Again, you're going where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. This is nice. This is really, really nice. And Source is putting their people across your path that's going to help you to stay motivated, help you to stay focused, right? So you don't have to deal with these karmics. They create a bunch of confusion. See this infinity symbol right here? These karmics that created a bunch of confusion and chaos by lying about you and other people. Talking about people behind their back. Oh, that bakery is never going to work out. And I know another friend who started a bakery and they were open for 1 week and it was at a, you know, grand opening and grand closing. That's not going to be yours. So it's saying you're an incredibly smart sign. You know, your roots run deep too. Right? You know your worth and your value. Your ancestors made sacrifices too, right? So yeah, your roots run just as deep as theirs. You are down to earth and relatable. Some people are saying, oh, they're not relatable. You know, they're not down to earth. You know, they're not as smart as they think they are. You know, just trying to create all kinds of nightmares, comparing you to somebody else, trying to keep y'all in a karmic situation, right? Again, like I said, communicate, speak your heart, right? Yeah, so the light has been shown on something that you have seen this before, how people talk about people behind their backs. So again, like I said, get ready to thrive. Get ready to thrive. Everybody that has found their star has experienced the exact same thing. The answers that you need are inside of you. Everybody. People will find family members. Literally will find your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, uncles to compete with you to create something, a karmic, basically like your opposition. And see, but again, they making money off of somebody, right? Making money off somebody because they're not making money off of you, right? So, and like I said, the roots run real deep. But the goal is to keep you distracted, arguing, talking about you behind your back. Like I said, you're at a higher frequency, so you're not walking around feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're responsible, but you're not responsible for how these energies feel about you. And like I said, it's two of them. Somebody has seen you as competition for a long time. And like I said, they're the ones that's not down to earth and relatable. That's why they like to create competition. Yep. So when I look at here, right here, somebody has, looking at your cards, Sagittarius, is using someone who is not down to earth and relatable. Somebody who has lack of focus on, long-term goals as your competition. Yeah. They are, like I said, easily overwhelmed. You're incredibly smart, like I said before, but somebody is trying to put somebody as direct competition up against you. That somebody just, like I said, you're what they're doing, whoever these energies are, Sagittarius, the baby, like taking what they're familiar with that you may not have stayed long term in. Like, let's say for instance you started many businesses, you didn't really stay long term in those businesses, and they're using those as points to talk about, to be hurtful or painful towards people. Oh, they never lasted long in this. They don't, if you've been married a couple of times, or you didn't live a certain place, you moved around a lot, whatever it is that they feel like they can use to judge you, to use as key things to make somebody feel like you're the one that's not down to earth and relatable. You don't have to give it any energy whatsoever. None whatsoever. Yeah, none. None of that stuff even matters. That's why somebody sees you as a threat. That's why they're talking about you. That's the only that they see you as a threat. That's why they're talking about you, right? So if it's a bakery you putting up on the corner, whatever, on the storefront, go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. That's right. So that's what I'm seeing for you here. But all the answers that you need, like I said, are inside of you. You're just speaking your heart. You're speaking your heart. Before everybody finds their star, it's like everybody's kind of stumbling around in the darkness looking for some kind of instruction from people that came before them. So let's say you come from a family, because we did world card, that's the outer planet, that's the generational planet. Let's say you come from a family of people who are incredibly smart, but all you saw is competition. But okay, was any structure to that? It's just like it was a wildfire. Just everybody was just in survival mode, right? Then you find your light in their story. You see, okay, now you're enlightened. You know what your sun sign is, your moon sign. You know exactly what your north star is, north node, south node. The 12 houses, everything. And you're the one, the generational breaker, to add structure to something, right? That part is easy. That part is easy. These energies are just trying to distract you from something. So yeah. This person right here with their arm in a sling, that would imply that somebody could have been hurt, with something, but you could have had a slip and fall on ice. Anything could have happened. You could have had, surgery, whatever. It doesn't always mean. But the fact that you're in a situation where energies are intentionally, like I said, there's just no growth there for you, period. Yeah, so the reason why, look, and then finish this out, I'm seeing soulmate here. This is part of your kindred. This is your, this is like what's called a kindred spirit. Part of your soul community, they all have gone through the same thing. You really wouldn't care who they try to put up against you, because somebody sees you as a threat. Two energies see you as a threat, right? And not your problem. That is not your group of energies. That's what's been brought into the light. That is just not how you flow. Talking about water, that's not how you flow. You're not interested in being in karmic relationships where people are competing, comparing, talking about people behind their back, assassinating characters. These energies right here for you, they like to They know you're smart. They like to start arguments to try to, because it's part of spell work. They are toxic energies. So source is saying to you, these energies like to sit back and watch things, copy everything. By the way, like I told Leos, you all need to look at, if you're on social media, look at, if you're like, for instance, for example, if you're on YouTube, look at clips, seeing who's stolen some clips, because they're studying people. These energies like to study people to compete and compare, right? They and also look up copyright on your YouTube videos in the studio to see if there's anybody who's copyrighting your material, right? I gave an example of somebody who put up a video who took one of my videos, my hands, my voice, my everything, but it was a man. But, of course I was able to report it, but still, source is saying to you, these energies like to just sit back. They know they're not down to earth and they know they're not relatable. But again, competing and comparing, they sit back, they just become familiar with something. You cannot be, they're trying to duplicate you, right? And then trying to do something to, like I said, talking about you behind your back to try to mess up your money, because the roots run real deep. So here we have the Two of Cups here. Yeah, these are karmics. You had two energies from your past. For somebody, they had two energies in the past. They're, like I said, karmic relationships from the past that feel some kind of way. They like to talk about you behind your back. And I'm trying to keep your vibrations high, but I'm just, for the sake of just telling you this, so you can move beyond this, so that you don't have to stay focused on this. They're telling people you're not down to earth, you're not relatable, but they're telling other people that they are, right? Once you moved on, they're still talking about you behind your back. They're telling somebody else that they're actually their soulmate and you were never their soulmate. They just found their soulmate, which was somebody else. Thank God, because you don't want that energy, right? I can tell you that right now. They talk about people behind their back, right? Right. So that's another thing. So source is saying, but you have the whole world in front of you. Literally, you have the whole world in front of you, and you're aligning yourself with energies, like I said, sacred. You're tossing something into a burning bowl. Somebody is dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius sun sign, or it's their moon sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius sun sign or moon sign. It could be a Leo in this case, Leo moon, or Leo sun sign, because of this sun right here. Leos are ruled by the moon. But something runs real deep emotionally in terms of just competing and comparing. But two of your exes, they could be family members or somebody that you dated, ex, you don't talk to them anymore, ex, whatever. Because they were just a nightmare. It was two of them. They were just a nightmare to you, but they telling everybody that you were a nightmare. But whoever it is, you don't talk to them anymore. So they have a lot of conversation going on around you, about you, but around you. But there's, like I said, shady with it. Here we have the Eight of Cups here. But yeah, so I do see you having a conversation, with someone, just communicating, speaking your heart, to someone. But you got some good news, like I said, coming in. Some good news coming in. So you have a message of some good news coming in, right? And so the message here, the Lover's card, some kind of a partnership in business or partnership in love, coming through. And the decision has already been made. And the decision was made by source. That's what I'm saying. Whatever it is you're trying to create, somebody who was an open book, like I said before, the message is coming across is like, at first it was like, you're not down to earth, you're not relatable, you are not smart. It's just so much stuff that was going on. But these were by two karmics, so you already know. They just hating. That's it. They're just the haters. Talk about people behind their backs. So you and somebody have experienced that same, I'm telling y'all, it's the same exact thing, where y'all made sacrifices and dealt with people in business and in love who, if they're not talking down to you or arguing, they motivated by chaos and confusion. So you got some good news coming in. Like I said, Magician card, For you, you're initiating a conversation first, you know, just to letting people know how important they are. So if you had a dream that you had a store, if that was, you know, for example, that's exactly how Source wants you to see it. You have enough information at this point. You get all the information that you need. You do not have to stay connected to karmics at all. Even if you have kids with them, you don't have to stay connected with them. If they've caused you that much misery and pain, no. That's why some siblings talk to some siblings and they establish, hey, listen, that energy, no. It's just been too much chaos and confusion. And so that's where you're establishing boundaries. So you're having a conversation with somebody, establishing some boundaries, probably possibly face to face, establishing boundaries. Don't talk to so and so about this. Don't talk to. If you really want to have a healthy relationship, don't keep falling for the bait and switch. That's the conversation you're going to have with somebody. Stop falling for the bait. So this can even be for some of you all. You could be an adult parent that has a kind of a could have had a challenging relationship with a child would be an adult, like your adult child's other parent, the kids, because that can be a little complicated there too. And just establishing the boundary that if things get back to you, you're going to have to kind of sort of scale back on sharing information about what you got going on. You know, even with they keep falling for the bait. Somebody keeps falling for the bait, right? So, yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna hear you loud and clear. Somebody's going to hear you loud and clear this time, and they're not going to go back to it. So something is going to feel much better for you. Like you feel like it's you having more warm fireside chats. I feel like I'm talking to somebody with adult kids or grandkids. I don't know. Take only what resonates with you, because something has been a nightmare for you. Something has been a nightmare. For all of this competition, I feel like I'm talking to people who have an ex and their family have just been acting just like out of control for real. And just keeps baiting whoever's around to find out what's going on in your life, to just compete and compare. And so I feel like you're going to have, if people want, you know, they want to be supportive in your life, like I said, you're going where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. No matter how excited some people get, Sagittarius, you're going to tell them, either you're going to have to stop telling some people, so you say, no, I can't tell them until the paint is dry on the letters in the building or whatever, or the contract, because their intention may be sincere, that they're sharing stuff about your business or whatever you're doing, or your whatever store or whatever, but you're dealing with wolf energies. We're dealing with wolf energies. All they care about is money, getting familiar with something and stealing people's ideas. So, and they watch constantly. They're predators. They watch constantly. They get familiar with an idea, hurry up and do it real fast, and then accuse you of stealing something from them. Like, so anyway, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. So whoever has businesses or whatever it is you're doing, be very, very careful, because you're also teaching other people the same thing. People that's in your circle, your creative circle, the same thing. It's like, if you want to, you know, keep good news, a smile on your face, don't go back to that. Even if you saw a pig fly, do not go back to those energies who their emotions run real deep when it comes to them becoming familiar with stuff, because they're trying to find a quick way, like a speedy way of getting to something, right? So yeah, so you're journaling. Somebody's now learning how to journal their ideas, writing them down, making sure you, from start to finish, you finish something, and then, you know, that. But yeah, somebody has definitely been stealing something, and yeah, so here we have outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachment. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know it's needed, and I'm open to receive. Yeah, you got some energy, like I said, watching you like a hawk. Eyes squinted up. Trying to prey on whatever it is you're doing. Still talking about people because they see you as competition. It's sad. All the time they spend watching you, they need to be focusing on creating something for themselves. So that doesn't involve lying. Virgo is involved. Yeah. Criticizing every little thing that you do. Well, I would have done it this way and I would have done it that way. And see that little part right there? So if you're on YouTube, go look at your clips. Also go look at your copyright. Like, look at that stuff. You'll start seeing if people are copying your stuff, they're clipping your videos and studying this, you know, and stealing your ideas. So pay attention. I shared that in another video with some other. That's how people are making money off of people stealing. I mean, that's was a whole lot more other ways, but yeah, they spend that much time creating that instead of sitting down and praying and doing the shadow work. You know, doing the shadow work to create something for them. So they're too busy competing and comparing, just looking for a quick way to do so. There's just no. Yeah. So source is saying to you, that is what I have to do, like to create confusion, try to create a web of confusion, just talking about stuff. Like I said, trying to create people who have an emotional roller coaster. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. I do see you having an amazing week, but all the answers that you need are inside of you. But yeah, there could definitely be some energy. You said, like I said, whatever anxiety you may have been having about something is coming to an end right now. I mean, coming to an end. But like I said, you're staying focused. Yep, you're staying focused. Yeah. Somebody is going to try to start an argument with you, but, you know, like I said, try to start an argument with you. But arguing about what? They're trying to start an argument with you because it's just a part of the mind game. They're trying to find out what you know about something. So, like I said, journal. Journal, journal, journal. That is what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. All right, bye.